Peace and blessings. Namaste. To all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today. And okay, I finally had the chance to work from home after a minute. Okay, so I wanted to take this time out to reach out to you guys and let you know that I have not forgotten about everyone. Okay, I just want to specify some things. Field work and social media work are apples and oranges. Okay, and what I mean by that is there is no blocking, there is no reporting, there is not even deleting. Okay, when it comes down to dealing with people, because in the field, everything that you do is one on one and face to face. Okay, so the energy exchange, a lot more potent. The issues that you're facing, a lot more potent. Oppositions, a lot more potent. And it becomes more draining. But guess what? It's not draining to the point that I can't handle it. Trust me. Okay? It's draining to the point where I have to learn how to manage things a lot better. Okay? So, here's my message to you guys. In this season, many of you are in the field. Okay? Many of you have been called back to the field. And you're not to be ashamed about it. You're not to be ashamed about it because you are needed in the field. Okay? Change comes from the inside out. So sometimes there are a lot of industries, there are a lot of things that need to be revamped, and you're carrying the energy to do this. Okay? So if you're going to carry the energy to do this, then you have to know that you're equipped with the power to see through. All right? Take the necessary breaks and groundings that you need, but keep going forward. Now, the message that I have to say to you today is, babies, you cannot go backwards. Okay? I am so sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news, but you cannot go backwards. Why am I saying this? There are many of our brothers and sisters, people who we love, 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 okay? And wish nothing more than they could journey along with us. And for whatever reason, are not able to grasp what it is that you are bringing. Not able to comprehend, the messages that you're sending. It's like this. When you were at the base of the mountain, okay, maybe about 10 feet up, but you're at the base part of the mountain, you reached your hand out to your brothers and sisters, and you said, hey, I found the path. Follow me. Come with me. Let's go up this together. And for whatever ever reason, it was dismissed, right? And not only was it dismissed, it might have been dismissed, it might have been mocked, it might have been ridiculed, it might have been slandered, all of that. But it was easier at the base of the mountain to be able to pull your brothers and sisters up with you. But when the rejection came, you had no other choice but to keep climbing. I'm not saying that they're not going to be able to be assisted by you. I'm just saying what you freely gave from your heart, from unconditional love, from a place of genuine concern and care, you gave out freely, it was rejected. So now it's going to cost to get there. All right? Pay attention to what it is that I'm getting ready to say to you. As your mind stayed focused, you began to climb and overcome barriers, okay, and overcome obstacles. And now that you're almost at the apex, the vantage point is completely different. Why? Because your brothers and sisters who was at the base of the mountain ridiculing you was carrying on weight. Okay? Blinders. It wasn't as easy to get to where you are right now. Because they're at the base of the mountain, they did not follow or see the path that you took. So now they're going to have to discover it on their own. And there's little that you're going to be able to do about this. See, nobody prepared you when you were climbing of the mountain, getting the things that you needed to be done, operating as an ambassador for the Creator on this earth. Nobody warned you about the dangers of the heights. This is something that you had to self-discover. At the base of the mountain, yes, you dealt with opposition, okay? You dealt with inconveniences. But the higher that you climb, the more dangerous it became. The higher up the mountain, now you have bears. You have cougars. If it's snowy, you have possible avalanches. So your eye still has to be single now. Because the higher that you raise, the more dangerous it can become. You cannot now go back down to reach your brothers and sisters because it becomes a slippery slope for you. You will tumble and you will fall. So the best thing that you can do at this time, baby, is throw out down support. Send a rope. Put a message in a bottle. Roll it down the hill. Because now, those at the bottom of the mountain, they're going to be looking for you. And you love them. And you want to make sure that they make it. Right? But it's very, very hard to climb up a steep mountain with extra baggage on your back. And your brothers and sisters are carrying that baggage because they can't see a light path. They can't process journeys, evolution, revelation through the eyes of pain, through the eyes of burden. So their journey becomes a lot heavier, and you are not equipped to carry you both. Do you understand? The higher up the mountain that you go, the steeper it becomes as well. If you decide to turn around and reach back, you're going to lose your grip and you're going to slide. From the higher vantage points, you're starting to learn and realize when it comes down to your other family that I can't be upset with them because they didn't reach the level of understanding at the time that I needed them to. Some people still have a lot of lessons to learn, and they're not going to be able to reach where you are at the same time that you are reaching it. Doesn't mean that they're going to make it. They're not going to make it. Okay? Doesn't mean that they're not going to make it. It just means that they're not going to make it on your timing. We, who are still climbing, each one teach one, we're walking collectively and we're learning as we go. Who has the cleat? Who has the pickaxe? Who has the rope? Do you understand? But those at the bottom who mocked and ridiculed and laughed, right? Who poked fun, slandered, who could not see the path, even though it was illuminated right in front of their face. When the time hits, after the lessons are learned, they're going to be looking for that path. A wise person would leave breadcrumbs. And that's what we're here on this journey to do. We're leaving breadcrumbs. So when our brothers and sisters do decide, I'm ready to take this path, I get it, I understand it. When your brothers and sisters are now walking into their truth and becoming bold, they can follow the path. Fire-breathing dragons. Your job simply is to climb and illuminate. And the reason why you are considered a fire-breathing dragon is because you have a lot of opposition, but your words can destroy your energy. Your enemies. Your words. Speak your truth, not somebody else's. You're harnessing the energy from the divine. So the wisdom that you have is going to hit different. The knowledge that you have is going to hit different. Because you're not a copycat. You're an original. And when you're original, it's a very hard pill to swallow because people want to ask for your receipts. Let me explain something to you. There has been an original in every generation. If people don't have the spiritual discernment to understand who you are or to even process what you are saying, it is not for them. You got to throw down the water bottles and hope that it gets to the bottom of the mountain. Keep on giving them substance, life substance to sustain while they go through their process of circling the base over and over and over again until the path is finally revealed. And the only way that the path is finally going to be revealed is if the inner work is done. When we start to surrender to our own ego, our own levels of understanding, the things that we think we know. The wisest of us all know that truth is always going to evolve according to your level of understanding. Therefore, if you're still trying to get to that apex, by the time you hit somewhere close to the summit, you're ready to face the bears. You're ready to face the cougars. You know how to get out the way when the avalanche comes. You've done what you needed to do to reach it. Understanding that it was by no means easy. Nothing worth having is easy. Do you understand? But for your brothers and sisters, for those who you have loved, those who you would like to see journey with you, it is up to them now and their connection to the divine to find you, to walk the path. Have you ever tried to walk down an incline, a slippery incline? What do you think is going to happen, babies? If you try to go back down to reach those who you had to leave behind, not only will you fall, but you're going to damage something along the way. Do you understand? So, instead, you're watching your brothers and sisters circle the mountain and you're throwing down support. But you cannot go backwards and get them. Okay? They have to face the same obstacles that you did. The same terrain, the same dangers, the same avalanches, the same cougars and bears. But they too will be equipped to handle it. You want to know why? Because by the time they reach the summit, the apex, or wherever it is that you are, you're going to be really willing and ready to embrace them because you know what it takes to get there. Right. Babies, this is the easier part of the journey. It's the easier part of the journey because of what you've already accomplished. Not only are you illuminating the path for others, but the divine is illuminating the path for you. You see it. You see the traps. You witness the mountain lion crouching. He's no longer hidden. And you adjust accordingly. We still got some ways to go. But we're out here on the front line making sure that it happens. Those of you who are called to be on the ground, The foot soldiers, the ones that are out here in this world, the ones that are making the changes from the inside out, make no mistake about it. You are being viewed from the divine as a bee. And what does a bee do? Pollinate to help spread life, right? So you're going around and you're pollinating, you're planting seeds, but it does not mean that you have to stay there. Sometimes it's on to the next one. And sometimes it's that one little seed that's all that's necessary to get somebody to even focus on the mountain now. One by one, you'll see them start to climb. And you'll be so filled with joy that you were able to lighten the path for another. And in their own time, they will find it. But you cannot go backwards. You cannot go back down the mountain. When it was available, it was free. When you were right there, it was free. But now that you are no longer there, there's a price to pay. And fire breathing dragons, speak your truth and illuminate the path. And don't worry about your enemies. Don't worry about the bears. Don't worry about the cougars, because your breath is fire. And it will consume it. And there's nothing else that you need to do. Dragon breath. The ability to speak things into existence, alter realities, and destroy those who seek to destroy you. You have to have confidence in this. You have to be bold in this. And you have to keep climbing. Throw down some life support. But remember, this is not your job to go backwards. Make it to the pinnacle. Celebrate with your family. And then send back down clues. Okay? Yeah. I'll be talking to you soon. I promise. I'm coming back. I gotta handle some I gotta handle some worldly issues at this moment now, just like many of you. But hey, here's the question. If you don't do it, who will? Hmm? I am Sophie, and I love you all. Have a good evening.